to Triple Elixir with the Earthquake and Plague, Sudden Death, and oh my gosh, at the last second.
That was actually a big upset. Sudden death.
I think it's their game right there. Go Zero. There you have it.
Congratulations, what a great game. Kia ora and welcome along to the Samsung Summer Clash Cup Grand Final. 4 weeks, 28 games have all led us to tonight. I cannot wait to see who takes away the Clash Royale crown. My name is Cara Rickard and I'm joined by my expert analyst this evening, Zeno J. How are you?
Good, Cara. Thank you so much, and thank you and welcome back to everyone watching again. I'm really looking forward to tonight's action.
Yeah, I can't wait to see who has actually made it to the final matches. But for those who might be tuning in, do you want to give a bit of an explainer about how the tournaments came about?
Yeah, let's look at how it's all happening. It's Clash Royale players in Aotearoa having the opportunity to pair up with their buddy and bring their favourite decks to compete in the Samsung Summer Clash Cup 2v2 for a grand total prize pool of 10,000 New Zealand dollars. Of course, they'll be featured in LPL broadcasts and also win themselves Samsung Galaxy phones.
So not only an epic prize pool, cash money to be won, but also phones as well.
The phones came out of nowhere because at first we just thought it was that money prize pool, and then the top two teams are walking away with phones.
Yeah, let's take a look at how the prize pool actually pans out. So $2,000 for taking out the Clash Royale crown, $1,400 for second and third, and fourth get $800 each. And like we just said before, both first and second get brand new Samsung phones. And remember, that's 4 phones, right? Like we're not giving them just 1 phone per team.
So each duo wins themselves their own phone. So that's 4 phones for the top 2 teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How good.
That's just big prize, like big prizes there.
I know.
$2,000 and phones.
Maybe me and you should have entered. Although we did have a bit of a tutu on the game ourselves, and I'm not sure we would have stood up to any of the competition that's playing in this tournament.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, let's go. Good luck.
It's Clash time.
My giant's all over them.
What? No.
Go. All right.
Oh my gosh. Oh, disrupting arches.
Get out of here.
It's ridiculous.
No. No, I got you. Here we go. Okay, my archers are coming.
Oh no.
That's right.
Whoa.
Game over. Do you want to shake my hands?
Yeah.
Hey, if you would like to team up with your mates and play Clash Royale maybe a little bit better than me and Zeno J, you could score yourself a phone tonight, and all you got to do is tweet us at LPL_NZ with the hashtag Summer Clash Cup. Show us a photo of something you've captured that features this week's colour, which is...
The colour white.
Yes, and we'll pick one lucky winner each week who will score themselves a brand new Samsung Galaxy S21 FE 5G. It is for New Zealand residents only, and show us your creativity. We've had olive, we had graphite last week, and then we had lavender. Pictures with pets have done quite well. Literal, actual white things, like we had an olive oil and a graphite pencil.
I want to see somebody do a sheet ghost, you know, like the white sheet. Just put that in the photo. It's white.
Okay, there you go. There's a good recommendation if you would like to do that.
Let's have a look at how tonight's games are looking with our teams competing in these quarterfinals.
All right.
Oh,
In the
semi-finals.
first semi-final, Astros Den up against
The Lads
on Tour, and then CLM Esports up against Team Pack. Now, Astros Den, you might remember, have been pretty much at the top of the table the entire time. Or actually, was it someone else at the top of the table? From week 2 onwards. And last week, they didn't take one loss. So they, I think, will be the ones to beat this evening.
Yeah. No, like I was saying last week, consistency was key for Astros, and tonight it's actually going to be 5 games for them before they can get to the grand final. So that means Lads on Tour still have a lot of time to be able to compete against Astros. Same with Calamity and Team Pack. So 5 games. But of course, if they do win that 3 in a row,
that's it. It's over. We're not going to play 5 games just for fun if they've already won 3. But for the last 3 weeks as well, it's been fun watching the games and watching that leaderboard change and everybody shift around and not actually really having any idea who might make it into the semis. So it's going to be interesting tonight to see how it goes. So let's take a look at who's going head to head first.
Oh, it's Astros Den versus Lads on Tour. So that is Astro_YouTube and Mr. Killer versus XX Cameron XX and Sir Harlan. Now, of course, our running joke with Mr. Killer was he didn't have that killer instinct.
But that wasn't like in the first week, not a shot at all. Then came back with a vengeance. Week 2, and then the 3rd week last week didn't even take one loss.
Yeah, Astros Den have become the team to watch, and with Lads on Tour, I think Lads on Tour can give them a good run at it, but it'll be interesting to see what happens. Yeah,
well, because you can see from week to week too how they all work and what their game plans are. So let's see how it goes off in the first game of our first semi-final this evening between Astros Den and Lads on Tour.
I think with Lads on Tour, I believe their favourites became Royal Ghost and the Bowler. But as we can see, both teams right now are kind of just building up their elixir, and we have first play Log just
smacked him out of the park. He didn't even make it over the bridge.
It kind of felt like a play to, what's happening here? What's going to be the move? So I think they're just both taking their time. We're seeing 7 elixir cards come into play. Oh, we have Lava Hound.
Do you think that the semi-final nerves have got the better of them? They're a little bit slow out of the gate.
No, I think both of them they were waiting for the cards they wanted to play. As we can see with Astros at top, they've both jumped in Lava Hound and Electro Dragon, but Lads have competed as we see their own Inferno Dragon come into play with some zappies. They're both basically just keeping each other at bay right now with defense, but we have seen some chip damage to Lads on Tour, right-hand side tower. Dragons coming in hard from Lads on Tour side, but again, they're both just nerfing each other out of the game, so no one's made any bold move yet.
Astros Den looking like it hadn't had that much damage chipped away, but they've taken some on that left tower there.
That is a good balloon from Lads, but they have managed to suppress it from Astros. Will balloon reach the tower? Looks like it's going to, but didn't drop damage.
Out at the last minute.
It managed to get 200, but I think that might have actually been, it might be the bomb that did it after the fact. Oh, that is a good bomb there also. Okay, right-hand tower on the Astros side has taken a huge amount of damage right now. What
Are we
Astros
looking
do?
for an upset here? We thought that it might be a classic Astros Den, taking the lead straight out the gate.
We're into double elixir phase now, and we have seen Lads on Tour bowler play that I have been seeing in the last 3 weeks. Will the bowler make it to that tower? Unfortunately not. The tower did manage to keep it at bay. Another Lava Hound Electro combo coming through from Astros. And then we just have a ton of squishies coming through from Lads, who just suddenly got pulled to mid.
Just over 30 seconds left in the game. Currently Astros Den has the most damage done.
I think it's actually Lads. It's Lads. Lads on right side with 2031 on that right-hand tower. But right now, Astros have done a good job of suppressing. But it's that balloon play that's been coming through for the Lads on Tour. But Astros have made a good reaction here, pulling to mid, pulling all their aggro away, and they've managed to get their Inferno Dragon through. We are moving to sudden death. But will we see triple elixir? Great work from both teams. Is going into sudden death. We are I have a feeling, Cara, we are going to reach triple elixir.
Okay.
We're down to that right-hand side for Lads. has started taking a huge amount of damage. I didn't notice Inferno managed to break through.
No, but they just need to chip away a little bit more, which is what they're doing on that right-hand tower of Astro's Den.
Yep.
It's pretty even. There's only about, well, now they're even.
Now they are even. We have seen Golden Knight coming through from Astros. There's Golden Knight. Yeah, there. I think Golden Knight's just going to not worry about it. Just needs to break through this bridge. Oh, Golden Knight was taken out. Maso executed dash early.
Come on, Lads on Tour.
Lads on Tour doing a great job of pulling on a right.
Astros Den just coming over with everything they've got right now.
Astros managed to pull a good aggro there on tower side. But Lads are still sending up some DPS, but it hasn't gone. We're into triple elixir phase now. Is this where we're going to see it go crazy? We've got cannon cart, we've got multiple dragons, snowballs all over the place. Oh, there's actually a goblin on the left-hand side doing a huge amount of damage to Lads.
That right-hand tower of Lads on Tour is only down to 324.
It might be ready to drop if they manage to get... Oh, Squishy's through.
It's so close.
We've got Electro Dragon, Inferno Dragon.
That's it.
7 health to go. Log is going to hit. Log has secured the classic Log play, taking out the tower. There it is.
We kind of predicted Astro's Den with the first win out of 5 games in the first semi, but it was so close. What an amazing game. I thought, oh, here go Lads on Tour. They're going to cause an upset. But they didn't quite get there. So close though. But you know what? They've got 4 games to try and come back and redeem themselves.
And we will be going into the next game as soon as it's ready. But for the first game of the night, I thought that was a really great showcase from both teams, showing their strongest cards. And Astros were kind of forced into that triple elixir phase where they could make their big plays. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, it was amazing. But, you know, they've got 4 games to come back. So I'll be interested to see how the next one go. If they're going to play different cards, if they're going to have a different strategy, or how they're going to change it up, especially the Lads on Tour, to try and get that win. I mean, what do you think maybe they could do better in this next game to try and get that crown?
Yeah, I thought they played it well. They were making sure that they were keeping all their offense on the one side, but what ended up being beneficial to Astros is there was actually a goblin that snuck through on the left, so kind of split where the aggro needed to go, and by the time that happened, the Astros Den had already snuck back in on right side and just did all that damage and chucked a sneaky Log out to finish off the tower.
And sometimes it's all it takes, right? Because your health can be, you know, like you can have 1,000 and then within the blink of an eye,
it's down to
7. A couple of logs and then it's over and it's up to 7.
It was quite surprising to see them actually play a log to win the game. So I thought that was just quite a nice way to sign off the first game.
It's a very clutch move, isn't it? So let's see how they do in semi-final number 2. As you can see, the Astros Den winning the first one. Can Lads on Tour bring it back and score themselves a win this time round?
There it is. It's the other play that I have seen from Lads. It is the Royal Ghost coming out that has already met Fisherman. Will Fisherman win? Yes. And Fisherman is going in for the catch. Secured themselves a nice little fish. Wizard is having to do DPS on it. Will Wizard survive? Wizard has one. Very nice. Hog Army is out. Has been split, which means we're seeing that classic move of yours, Cara, the divide and conquer.
The divide and conquer, because we don't actually see it that much. I guess it is easier just to take one tower, put all of your resources into that, but it can split the defense as well, so sometimes it might work in your favor.
Exactly, but we see that middle arena constantly used to pull aggro away with crates being pushed out, Goblin being dropped out, going to right side. And a Golden Knight has been played by Astros, and it is coming through now. Oh, we've got 2 Golden Knights on field from both teams, but Cannon Cart Golden Knight on left side. If
they didn't make it over the bridge.
Mega Knight has just met the Cannon Cart, so no DPS for Astros right then. Lads on Tour has managed to get their Mega Knight through, but the Fisherman has got themselves another trophy prize and is moving forward to right-hand side on 2499 health right now. So it looks like right side is going to become the tower they go for, but then Royal Ghost says, boo, get out of here, you're done. And we have... I love the
sound effects that he made.
Yeah, it's just the ooh. And log into play, but that's not enough to stop Lads on Tour offense coming through. We have Wizard and that's a Hunter, who Hunter just... Well, Golden Knight just took him out. Right now, it seems like they're both kind of just trading here. We are now in double phase elixir. And now we see, it's a trade again. We see Inferno, and Wizard in play. Wizard just ran into an ISO, and 2 Inferno Dragons fighting one another, Cannon Cart pulling aggro. Oh my gosh, I have no idea who's actually going to manage to break this. They are just trading.
Massive rumble.
We have, they're all just blowing each other up as soon as they get into play.
30 seconds left. Looks like we might be going to double time because the health on both sides' towers hasn't really gone down that much. Neither of them have gone under 2,000.
Yeah, what was impressive is Astros played a flying machine that just got instantly taken out by Lads.
It's been pretty disappointing, when you play a card that you think is going to do a lot, and then it just doesn't even do anything. Doesn't even get out of first gear.
Yeah, Royal Ghost is coming through, and it's all happening on the middle for Astros. They are just pulling everything into it. And Lads have snuck in DPS. Left side arrows. Yeah, that left side on Astros is not looking good right now if Lads on tour manage to push towards it. But we are seeing them divide, trying to separate that aggro. Cannon Cart from Astros hasn't managed to break through. Got Royal Hogs coming through. Fisherman, nice kill from Fisherman right there.
Lads on tour just need to chip away a little bit more on that left-hand side tower of Astro's Den.
If this flying machine manages to break through, that might be the chip that they need for that left-hand side tower. But we have Mega Knight coming through. Royal Ghost, yeah.
He's not really doing too well tonight for anyone, is he, Royal Ghost?
I think Royal Ghost is doing enough. It's suppressing, suppressing the cards from moving down the field.
That left-hand tower of Astro's Den is down to, is it 100? Oh,
that's it? Wow! Great fireball there from Lads on tour.
Oh, now we really have a semi-final.
Yeah, we do. We are moving over to games 3, 4, and 5 by the looks of it.
How good.
I wonder what Astros are going to do after that.
I don't know. After the second game, it's amazing that they've got one each.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that will give them the extra oomph that they need to come into this third game and try and get the win.
Yeah, it's good to look at this as also the warm-up for whoever makes it to the final, because this is deciding how the final is going to look. So these are the warm-up matches for those games. So right now, it seems that both teams are quite warm.
Yeah, and it would be amazing if we could go to 2 games each and then have that fifth game.
That fifth game
as a decider.
Yeah, because even though it's always fascinating to see, a clean out of competition, it's always better to see that kind of trade. Who's actually going to be the person fighting right at the end.
Yeah, and as we could tell from the first one, I kind of thought the Lads on tour might get that, and then Astros Den came through with the win at the end, and it was kind of the opposite in the second game. So I'm very interested to see how that third game is going to play out for them.
The constant separation of aggro was kind of, doing enough to allow Lads to keep that kind of pressure up, and it paid off.
We have been telling you that you could score yourself a new phone this evening, and it looks like you've taken our advice. Izzy Duncan 15 has text through. Me and Harley matching white, watching the Summer Clash Cup. Not sure who's got a better view. It would be so much easier watching it.
Amazing. I love that the first tweet was a pet tweet.
I know. Keep your tweets coming in. All right, here we go. Game 3 of the first semi-final, Astros Den and Lads on tour.
1 win each, and Royal Ghost has already come into play, along with Astros' amazing Fisherman, but that doesn't matter because they both take each other out, and then a Cannon Cart's in play, but left-hand side is seeing pressure from Lads. Wizard was played, Flying Machine coming through, hoping to DPS the right-hand side. But again, it's that trade-off. They're constantly getting cards ready for one another that just trade damage. Golden Knight already in play from the Astros. Will be able to survive right now. It won't. Mr. X-Man loves eating up the Golden Knight. Inferno Dragon against Inferno Dragon. It's the Targaryen fight-off everyone's been waiting for. Fireball, the winning move from Lads, being used early on right-hand tower.
You know what we haven't seen tonight? Not a Baby Dragon.
We haven't. Who's going to play Baby Dragon? Actually, I think these decks, these two teams, I haven't seen them use Baby Dragon.
Nah, they
possibly
seem to
Astros,
keep liking the same kind of cards.
Exactly. They build their deck to their strength, and maybe Baby Dragon isn't part of that. So that's totally fine.
Maybe we wrong all along, and Baby Dragon was only used by the teams that all lost.
No, we dare not talk bad about Baby Dragon. Okay, we have seen Log trying to keep pressure on that bridge. Oh, Royal Ghost has broken through left side. Aggro on mid with Golden Knight in play, and Goblin Golden Knight dash has come through. We'll get rid of the opponents on field. Oh, Arrow's doing great. Wow, Arrow's did major damage on that flying machine.
And Lads on Tour doing well to knock down the health on that left-hand tower of Astro's Den.
And now we're into double elixir phase. I wonder if we're going to see either team put massive pressure on Dart Goblin in play. And that is Astro's Dart Goblin. I can't recall seeing that from the last match. And wow, Golden Knight from Lads meeting Cannon Cart and Fisherman. I've seen a few Magic Archers played early in the match, but I haven't seen them pop up again. Mega Knight coming down from Astro's side, but Inferno Dragon ready to meet it. Cannon Cart and Flying Machine, huge amount of air aggression right now. Cannon Cart is waiting. It can't move forward and has now been taken out. Earthquake in play. Lads on Tour really wanted to push that left-hand side.
Looks
Royal
like we're
Hogs
going to sudden death.
It's sudden death time. Royal Hogs could not take out the Royal Ghost, but Wizard and Fisherman have managed to do the DPS. Get rid of the Magic Archer in play again from Lads on Tour and has taken out Fisherman.
They've just chipped away really well at that left-hand tower of Astro's Den.
I think right now, though, left-hand side could be taken by either team. So we see Fireball in play. Fireball did 200 HP onto tower. Amazing. Fireball coming in clutch right now for Lads on Tour. Mega Knight coming through, huge amount of damage. Earthquake in play. I think we are going to get down to triple elixir. We can see Wizard.
There is only 200 health in it, in both of those left-hand towers.
Have they seen enough through?
Oh, Lads on Tour have chipped away another couple hundred on that left-hand tower.
Again, it's 1-1, so either side could take. Oh, that Goblin play, very, very lucky. Man, I think Arrow's doing a good 100 damage. Oh, that Fireball again!
It's down to 57.
The Fireball! But Astro's managed to get it at the last moment.
I wasn't even looking at that left-hand bottom corner. I was too busy looking up the top, and then all of a sudden, it was over and I didn't even see.
No, that Fireball, Lads on Tour really got behind the Fireball play, and it was paying off, but it allowed Astros to push enough, DPS down to that tower and clutch them. Like,
it was so close.
I think if that Fireball hit, it would have been Lads on Tour.
They were only down to what, like 70?
Literally 70 hours.
And I thought it was over, and I was like, oh, they won, and then it wasn't them, it was the other team.
Yeah,
so,
but that's how many times has that happened to us throughout this whole tournament? That 1 second play.
I know. Wow. Well, 3 games down in the first semi-final, currently sitting 2-1 to Astro's Den, and we'll have plenty more for you after this short break. Kia ora and welcome back to the Samsung Summer Clash Cup Grand Final. We have had some amazing games over the last 3 weeks, and tonight's first semi-final, we've had 3 games. Absolutely phenomenal. Something else that's phenomenal is us giving you the opportunity to score yourself a brand new Samsung phone by sending us a tweet. This is from Blakey_NZ. I was going to take a pic of a glass of milk, but instead here's a pic I took last week. Good luck everyone in tonight's games. That's actually a beautiful picture.
I'm going to say that was a great choice, Blakey. I don't think the glass of milk would have sold on us, but the shot of the valley under fog is amazing.
I know. I feel like someone is going to send a glass of milk though after we had a lavender bush and a bottle of olive oil over the last couple of weeks. So
we forgave the lavender bush because it had a cute pet in it. So
exactly. So I keep those tweets coming into us, and we will pick a winner before the end of the night. All right. So in this first semi-final, Astro's Den and Lads on Tour. First 2 games, phenomenal. Currently sitting at 2 games to Astro's Den and 1 to Lads on Tour. There's 2 more games left before we work out who is going to go through to the final. Do you have an early prediction?
You know what? I would have supported the Astros early on just due to their consistency, but that great upset from the Lads in game 2. You know, I love it.
I know.
I've
been like almost crawling across the table for the broadcast, being like, wow.
Folks, she has too. So yeah, it's been exciting stuff. So let's see if they can keep it going as we head into game 4 of the first semi-final of the night.
Astro's Den and Lads on Tour. Can Lads on Tour take this game and make it 2-2?
Yeah, now, of course, folks, you would have seen we had a short break just before this to allow the players to have a little bit of a rest. But I'm also now wondering, maybe they restructured their decks. Are we going to see any different cards come into play? We see early Golden Knight in play from Lads and Inferno Dragon, meeting Inferno Dragon from both teams. Royal Hogs meeting, well, what looked to be, that doesn't matter, they just fought it now. Fishermen coming through. A huge amount of DPS making it through from Astro's side, but they have met great resistance. Executioner has just met their demise at the hands of Fisherman. Is paying off well for Astros tonight, I think.
Inferno Dragon making his way across there as well without too much. Oh no, he got taken out.
Got taken out. Fisherman pushing through with support from Wizard, and well, Fisherman taken out by Tower. Mega Knight coming to meet the Wizard. And see you later, Mr. Wizard. It doesn't matter. Your magic has no effect. Goblin meeting a Mega Knight, and they're just having a boxing match as the Cannon Cart kind of just watches awkwardly from the side. Now we see Cannon Cart pushing forward with Ram Rider and Goblin. Oh, interesting. Was that like a mini fireball?
I don't know, you seemed lost for words at what you just saw.
Well, I've just never seen mini fireball come off King Tower, so it definitely didn't come from Cannon Cart. Cannon Cart having trouble moving forward.
Obviously,
needs some support.
Trying a new sort of strategy.
Yeah. No, okay, so what? So it's fireball at the moment, so Flying Machine just instantly taken out. Royal Ghost coming through.
Astro's Den probably trying very, very hard to take out this game.
Yeah.
So that they don't have to play another one.
Yes, that's right, because if they win this, it's their
over.
3rd win, yeah.
While on the other hand, Lads on Tour trying to hang on as hard as they can so that it goes to sudden death.
And we are in double elixir phase right now, so we are starting to see a lot come out into play. It is all over the place right now. Royal Hogs, Inferno Dragons, Fishermen, Goblin, Flying Machines, we have it all. Wizard is doing quick work on the Inferno Dragon.
Yeah, and despite all of those cards being played, no one's really doing any damage. No one is chipping away at the towers.
Right now it is left side that looks weakest for both teams, but that Mega Knight might make a good break from Lads on right-hand side. And we see that's it, Fisherman has been a strong card, like I said earlier, for Astros, and there it is again. We moved into sudden death.
I don't think any of the games are going to be won in the first couple of minutes tonight. I think all of them are going to go to sudden death.
We're constantly going to sudden death. So Golden Knight coming up from Lads on tours like that. Well, Fireball is just going to take care of that. Executioner makes short work of the Flying Machine, but it's also taken out in the same prime. Goblin with Royal Hogs supporting. Royal Ghost coming through with arrows. I don't know what's happening. And there we go, Royal Hogs.
And it's so even right now, though. Both left-hand towers have about the same amount of health left in the 1800s.
That Inferno Dragon has been a strong card for the last few weeks, but Inferno Dragon just is not getting any quick breaks tonight. Fisherman moving through for Astros. Will it manage to pull across any DP? The thing is, Fisherman needs to break through to the tower, but it isn't. It's doing so much aggro work on mid, trying to get rid of all the cards that keep coming into play. It just never has a chance to actually do the May. Royal Hogs also having the same effect. Executioner in place, making short work of everything that runs into it, but then the Mega Knight just drops on its head, takes it out.
Cut.
We are in triple elixir phase, so that is probably why we are seeing just a lot of chaos right now.
They're all just damaging the bridge. None of it is making it to either tower.
Replace the towers with bridges and you'll never fail. So basically the bridges are taking no DPS.
Oh, that left-hand tower.
There it is.
Lads onto
it. Astros had to work for that though. Astros had to work. A big congratulations to our first qualifier of the night, Astros Den.
Yep, taking that out 3 games to 1. How good, but not surprising. Astros Den have been the front runners throughout the whole tournament. So they're the first ones through to the grand final.
Grand final. Consistency has been key for them, and it has ended up paying off in spades, but Game 2 really did shake it up for everyone.
I know, it was so good.
Yeah, I think even in Game 4, Lads on Tour did a lot of really great work. It took triple elixir to actually get Astros across the line, but they did what they did, and they've been doing it all along. So again, no surprise thing.
No surprises. There we go. So Astros Den, winners of the first semi-final, immediately into the grand final. If you want to see who's going to be in the grand final against them, make sure you stick around. We'll be back after the break. Kia ora and welcome back. It is grand finals time on the Samsung Summer Clash Cup, broadcasting to you live from the Let's Play Live studio here in Tamaki Makaurau. What an incredible first semi-final we had. We do have the second semi-final coming up real soon, but first of all we want to look at some tweets that you've been sending us. Of course, we said if you tweet us you could score yourself a brand new Samsung phone. Like you said, it's a guy in a sheet. He even went extra, so he's wrecked the sheet by writing Lads on Tour on it and putting some eye holes in there. Good lads.
Yeah, go the Lads. A celebration of Lads on Tour. Unfortunately, they were toppled in our first semi-final of the night by Astros Den, but I'm so happy to see somebody at home listen to me saying, just put a white sheet on.
Be interesting if that person put that back on their bed and like maybe they had someone come
say
over.
That, right?
Like, I don't know.
No. Why are these two
go
holes
home with
cut
someone
out?
and then there's a sheet that says Lads on Tour?
Well,
Interesting. Anyway, let's see who is going head-to-head in our second semi-final this evening. CLM Esports and Team Pack.
And once I saw these two teams in these semi-finals, I said to Kara early in the night, folks, that I do think we are seeing Astros meeting CLM Calamity in the final, but I would not be surprised if Team Pack do upset Calamity.
Well, we saw that in the first semi-final. We thought the Astros Den might take it away with a clean sweep, but lads on tour coming through and winning that second game. So I wonder if it's going to be similar, if it's going to be a whitewash in the first 3 games, or we're going to go to all 5. Let's check it out. So Calamity Esports up against Team Pack. Calamity up the top there and Team Pack down the bottom.
Yeah, now of course Team Pack were one of the teams that played around with that middle ground that was always so playful and got themselves into the top 4 position. Locked it in last week, and that's why we now see them against Calamity. Team Pack making first play with Barbarian and Cannon Cart, but Cannon Cart has, wow, they've just made a bomber with, oh, Baby Dragon.
Here we go.
There we go.
That's what we've been waiting
Baby
for.
Dragon. We've been waiting. We have been rewarded, and there it is, Baby Dragon in play.
Doing the damage only Baby Dragon
Baby
can
Dragon
do.
versus Baby Dragon, and Team Pack's Baby Dragon has won. Baby Dragon now running into Inferno Dragon, and well, everybody's just taking each other out. So, but we have seen a bit of damage on left-hand tower for Calamity. It's down to 2735. They have now played Mega Knight with support from, looks like Hog Rider. Another baby, there we go, Baby Dragon again. That's all you have to do, Team Pack. Just throw all your Baby Dragons out, and that'll do the work for you. DPS is managing to be laid on left-hand tower for Team Pack, down to 2884. But they have won the game and have pushed through, but they have met a Hunter. A Flying Machine now in play from Calamity, and that has managed to do a huge amount of damage to all those cards with assist from Goblin. But, oh, they've just let little mate there. So, right now, it's back into that trading phase I was talking about, Kara. They are just trading right now.
60 seconds left.
Yep, now we're down into double elixir. It was just kind of, felt like a bit of a stalemate there. Both teams kind of just thinking about what they wanted to do. Bomber getting some suppression there, as Baby Dragon does a huge amount of DPS.
And then they've brought out another Baby Dragon.
We've got Balloon
Is
coming
that a
through
good
now?
strategy when they play a Baby Dragon to bring out your Baby Dragon and attack each other?
Yeah, if you recall, the other teams, most of their combos have been based around either running out a Lava Hound with Inferno or running out a Lava Hound with Electro Inferno. Just getting that air support up in the air to kind of get Lava Hound through. Because if Lava Hound manages to break through, it can do a huge
lot of
amount of
damage.
DPS. But from all the teams tonight, we've seen just really great work in that middle ground. They're utilizing the arena really well to keep each other suppressed. And this is what's been happening. We just keep moving into sudden death phase. Right now, it looks like Team Pack actually have the best amount of damage right now in Calamity, 1866 on that left-hand side tower, while Team Pack's tower is down at 2604. Baby Dragon breaking through, and slight suppression from Lightning. But they've sent out Mini to meet it, and well, okay, that's, yep, no worries at all. So we have seen Middle Arena getting used for aggro, which means we'll probably see Goblin pop up and make short work. But we have seen
Calamity Esports haven't done a lot of damage to Team Pack's towers.
I think it just kind of reflects how well Team Pack has been with their offense tonight. The offense they've been using has been really, really good, and they've managed to pull aggro a lot of the time. We are heading towards triple elixir very, very quickly. As Team Pack managed to break the right-hand side, they've managed to get some DPS through. And that middle ground has become a big aggro arena with Baby Dragon all left alone now from Team Pack. And Team Pack now having to make sure that their right-hand tower is secure. But it is back to that left-hand tower. I think we might see time run out here, Kara.
I think so too.
Flying Machine coming through from Calamity. Dragons, multiple dragons in play. Mega Knight wow, it's all over the place. Everybody's just aggroing everyone on mid.
And as we head to 30 seconds left in the match, there's still not a lot of damage that has been done to anyone's towers. Calamity Esports have had the most damage done to their left-hand tower, but still not enough to take out the game with the 15 seconds that is left.
At the end of the day, though, that's all they need. That's all Team Pack needs to walk away with the win. It's who has the most damage done. And right now, Team Pack have the most damage done. And are we about to see them secure from that?
No, because they just...
But we have 2 towers in play on Calamity's side, so... It is Calamity. Wow, they won with enough DPS.
And they just came through with that at the end too. Like they were very, very lucky.
I'm going to call that an upset. Team Pack were very, very strong in that match, but it all came down to that final push.
I know, what a play from Calamity Esports right in the dying seconds of that game.
And that's their first win from 5. Of course, they'll need another 2 if they do want to walk away with that semi-final win.
Yes, and before we head into the next game of semi-final number 2, let's take a look at what you've been tweeting us. Is that a real dog?
I don't know.
No, it's not. It
That has
can't
to be fakey. No dog looks that cute.
And also, no dog would be looking at the camera when it's got a plate of marshmallows in front of it. Marshmallow time. Go Calamity.
DJ H Crafty, thank you for that photo of what we're thinking is a fake dog.
Look pretty good though. You have still got time to get some tweets into us. Make sure you take a picture of something that is white, which is our colour this evening, which is the colour of the phone that we could be giving away.
No, I'm looking forward to seeing what other tweets we see in the night, but right now it is about the second match in the evening for Calamity and Team Pack. Will we see Calamity come through and be a bit more aggressive after walking away with the win from the first match?
Calamity Esports up the top of the screen, obviously, and Team Pack down the bottom.
Yep, they've sent through the Hog Rider just to do, well, just to basically meet whoever Team Pack has put out and be taken out. But there it is, Lava Hound with Inferno combo. But we have Inferno coming through from Team Pack to counter. And Team Pack now setting up mid-arena to pull any aggro if any DPS manages to break through on the left-hand side. Flying Machine taking a lot of damage right now. Fireball from Team Pack side, managing to take out any DPS coming through from Calamity. And they have walked through with the Goblin. Will the Goblin be able to do some basic damage? Nope, it's being aggroed. And meets its demise.
I love how his shield just gets left there.
Yeah, well, that's just what happens. Got a little, you know, well, and their shields are left there too. So Barbarian coming through, managing to do some nice little DPS, but Tower will take it out. Looks like both teams are figuring out what they want their next play to be, with 44 seconds to go before we see double elixir. Lava Hound coming through from Team Pack, and Team Pack setting up what? Well, it looks to be a cannon card, but I don't think it is. It looks very, very...
It's like a gold cannon card.
Yeah, really. Oh, we see triple dragon combo.
It's a special cannon card.
Maybe it is. Triple dragon combo, Lava Hound, Electro Dragon, Baby Dragon, all sent through from Calamity. And Ram Rider coming through. Everyone's just eliminating everyone else right now. Who survived? Calamity has had a Baby Dragon and Flying Machine survived, with Team Pack having a Baby Dragon and Inferno Dragon survived, meaning they walk away with the win because that is a beautiful combo. But Tower has managed to DPS it, but their tower is down to 1962. Miner has come out from Team Pack and is starting to chip away at that left-hand tower with aggression.
Only 40 seconds left in the match. I think we'll definitely be going to sudden death.
Sudden death. A great fireball there from Team Pack, doing great damage on the dragons. And we're in that mid-ground again, but we are in Team Pack's territory. Calamity have managed to break through, and they've got, second phase Lava Hound did manage to break through, but didn't actually DPS. Managed Baby Dragon did all the damage there for Calamity. That tower on left side from Team Pack down to 385, I think. If Calamity managed to make a really great push here, they could finish off of that tower as we head into sudden death.
Team Pack are doing a good job to try and chip away at that left-hand tower of Calamity Esports, though. Is it going to be enough?
It looks like we had Flying Machine do a huge amount. Oh, they've managed to break through with Minor. Calamity is doing all the damage down bottom, but Team Pack had some defense set up and has managed to secure that tower at 150. But there it is, a lightning strike, managing to drop the tower, and Calamity have walked away with game 2.
So not as close as our first semi-final,
No,
where after 2 games it was 1 apiece. Are Calamity Esports going to make this a clean sweep?
They possibly could. That was a very much a clear-cut game compared to Game 1. Game 1 felt very much like both teams figuring out how they were going to go up against one another.
They were just trying to get their feel about how they were going to go.
Yeah,
and then that second game,
Calamity was settled into that one.
Yeah, let's see if people have gotten their groove with sending us some good tweets this evening to try and score themselves a brand new phone. Up the top of Mount Ruapehu, rooting for Astro and Mr. Killer. Go Astros Den.
Oh, thank you for that shot, Holo-Nons. That is...
It's pretty
the
good.
foggy shots, man. So, you know, we've had the Valley shot from Blakey and now this and Mount Ruapehu shot from Holo. Ooh, you know, if we could pick, that would be our top 2 at this stage.
Yeah.
So maybe the fake dog, but I think...
the fake dog with the marshmallows was very creative. But you know what? We've still got the rest of the games to get through tonight to see if anybody sends us a better tweet. All right, let's head in to Game 3 of the second semi-final. Calamity Esports up against Team Pack.
And could this be it, folks? Could we see Calamity walk away with a clean sweep? Or will Team Pack come through with a renewed strategy, a renewed method of how they're going to walk away with the win? If anyone could do it, it could be Team Pack. And right now they've managed to send through some great aggression, but unfortunately they met a Mega Knight who instantly took them all out. And they have actually managed to send through DPS. Team Pack had some defense ready, but it wasn't enough for the high-powered cards that have been played. But Hunter coming into play. Hunter is a very good card to play and did the final amount of DPS, but we are down to 1722 on that right-hand tower for Team Pack, and unfortunately Hunter doesn't manage to get closer to that right-hand side. We see Mega Knight coming into play from Calamity, slowly making its way from the back of the arena, kind of gauging what Team Pack, how they were going to react to it. And now this is how Team Pack is reacting as we see Dragons, mid-aggro, Goblin come into play. Arrows now coming through from Calamity, but Team Pack walk away, managing to send their soldiers through. Log coming down for some... Oh, Log didn't reach for cheeky damage.
Lots of damage done to that bottom right-hand tower of Team Pack, though.
Yeah, I think once we get to double elixir, that might be where Calamity make some of their big plays. Here we see they're both playing back arena, just gauging how they're going to react to one another and figure out what the play is. Oh, got some zappings out there. Oh, and Fisherman in play from Calamity now. Very interesting. That did not come out in the last 2 games. Inferno Dragon managing to suppress everything coming through on right-hand side from Team Pack as Mega Knight and Inferno make their way down, along with the Ram Rider and Earthquake in play from Team Pack, managing to do some good chip damage, but that tower's down to 268.
For Team Pack.
There it is.
And there we go.
Amazing stuff, Calamity. Just outstanding work from them to watch how that was all playing out. And managing, that's our first game of the night. That has secured the win before the sudden death cutoff.
Wow, and we didn't think that we would see that. We thought that with the caliber of players that we have clashing this evening, everyone would be going to sudden death. But there we have it. That was the second semi-final, and it says Calamity Esports heading in to the big grand final against Astros Den.
I'm very excited to see, because they have been pretty much the top 2 teams for this whole tournament. So now it's going to be 5 games between Astros and Calamity. Who will be walking away with it?
I know, the amazing prize money and a phone each as well. How good.
That's, yeah, maybe we do enter the next tournament. You know, it's such a great prize pack. But well, we'll be checking out how that grand final looks after a short ad break.
See you soon. Kia ora and welcome back to the Samsung Summer Clash Cup. 2 semi-finals have been incredible, and we officially now have our 2 teams who have battled it out over like 36 games, I think, to make it into the final clash tonight.
They are set and ready, and those 2 teams are Astros Den and CLM Esports. They have been, like we said, the top 2 teams to watch, and now they're having to duke it out for the top place.
Yes, but before we get to the final, let's check out another tweet. Of course, we're asking you to tweet us a picture of something white so that you could score yourself a brand new Samsung Galaxy phone. Okay, I managed to go outside and catch one last photo for the finals. I'll give you Dragon in a hot pool. Very hot. Almost risking life and limb for this. How good.
Blaze, we've all heard the nightmare stories at Whakareorewa, so please do not risk life and limb for it. But the Racial Ram Pokemon does look incredible against the amazing hot pools down in the Rotorua.
I like it a lot. So keep your tweets coming through, and before the end of the night, we will pick a winner for that new phone. All right, let's check out the bracket for our final this evening. So Astros Den went 3-1 against Lads on Tour in semi-final 1, and then CLM Esports did a clean sweep against Team Pack.
Flawless and Jackson have been doing some great work out there to end up in this position, but again, I have to say it once more, consistency has been Astro's friend. All that pay off for them in this final.
But you know what? Calamity didn't drop a game in their semi, and Astros did. So I'm hoping that it goes 2-2 and then sudden death at game number 5.
And I'm going to parallel that, folks, and say I would love to see a whitewash. You know, see somebody who actually just clearly wins it.
There's nothing worse than being like, oh, cool, now I've got to watch this game because I know they're going to win and it's going to be all over. You want the tension, you want the drama, and that is what I hope we are going to get from this big grand final between Astros Den and Calamity Esports. All right, let's see them up head to head.
Here we go. First match, folks. Astros Den with Astro and Mr. Killer meeting CLM Esports in Flawless and Jackson 1-3-1-6. Both teams 15 seconds in, no play, but Calamity making the first move as we see Mega Knight move. Wow, actually, we've seen 3 cards come into play. Astro's doing the classic combo, Inferno Dragon with a Lava Hound on right-hand side. If that Lava Hound meets nothing, it could make a good break, but we have seen a Bomber get ready to meet it along with Inferno Dragon. Actually, Bomber might break through and go for DPS on right tower. That did get aggroed away. Smart play from Astros, as Astro's Inferno Dragon manages to break through to mid-point, meeting a wizard that instantly takes it out. Looks like Calamity has walked away.
Make it over.
But another great mid-play from Astros, pulling all that aggression as their soldiers manage to break through. Tower has done enough damage. Neither side doing much really, but it looks like we have seen some minor chip damage on Calamity's right-hand side tower. They've got a Goblin ready in mid to pull aggression from the Golden Knight, who's coming down, as Tower does damage on the Golden Knight to try to get it out of play. Cannon Cart ready also, and Goblin is now popped out, who's probably going to meet their counterpart over the other side as Electro Dragon comes through from Astro's Den. Baby Dragon has been played, so we have to support Calamity right now with such a stunning and key play as we have decided it.
Not even going to make it over
Baby
the bridge,
Dragon has now just been taken out by an Electro Dragon.
Not the best showing from Baby Dragon that we have ever seen.
But Electro Dragon taken out very quickly as a Mega Knight and Rider are prepared to meet a Cannon Cart and Lava Hound.
Coming down to a minute left in this game. Not too much damage has been done to any towers yet.
Now we move into double elixir. Is anyone going to utilize the situation to their advantage? Or are we just going to see the same strategy both teams have been running? 2 Inferno Dragons in play, with Bomber managing to make it through from Calamity, but it is going to meet the Cannon Cart, who I think will probably make short work of it. And actually, Inferno Dragon managed to break through from Calamity's side and has done a huge amount of damage on that right-hand side tower.
Let's go, Calamity Esports. Got that tower down to 946, which is the most damage that we have seen all evening.
that Lava Hound coming through. Lava Hound, yeah, they need to pull that second phase Lava Hound out of there. Because if that explosion manages to break through, it'll be enough. It'll be a good amount of chip damage. They do take it out. Inferno Dragon has been a very crucial play for Calamity as it makes its way through. Oh, well, it just ran into an area of there, so it's gone. No worries about that. We move into sudden death, folks.
That right-hand tower of Astro's Den is just getting pummeled right now.
But Astros have managed to make a good... Oh, well, Bomb was ready to do a good amount of damage on Cannon Cart. Baby Dragon taking out Inferno. And Cannon Cart is now out. Electro Dragon to meet Baby Dragon. Golden Knight ready to meet the Rider from Calamity and has walked away with a win. Cannon Cart from Astros has...
That right-hand tower of Astro's Den is in trouble.
It's getting ready to drop, I think, but Electro Dragon managing to suppress Cannon Cart. Cannon Cart meeting Cannon Cart. Has Calamity got enough cards to play right now? Or are they needing triple elixir to kick into play some of the cards they want to run?
Come on, Calamity.
Arrows coming through, doing minor damage to tower.
Oh,
they're going for long-range attacks.
There you go. Wow.
That was just a very methodical takedown.
That was the kind of game I was hoping for. You were like, nah, Astro's Den, clean sweep, that's what I want to see. But I guess a little bit of an upset for that first game.
I wasn't thinking like Astro's clean sweep. I just wanted one of them to clean sweep.
Oh, right.
So it might be actually Calamity doing the clean sweep.
Imagine if it is.
Oh my, I think that would be a bit of a change-up.
Astros then, like
they have done a lot of work.
They've been so good and they've done a lot of work. But it just goes to show that you can be like after regular play, you can be at the top of the table, but all that gets wiped as you head into the semi-finals. So we'll have game 2 up very soon. But let's take a look at another tweet. Really enjoyed this Summer Clash Cup in the past few weeks. Only won 2 games which did not make the playoffs, but want to try and win the Samsung Galaxy S21 FE 5G. This is a formulation project that I made last year in my uni course. But what is it?
What is it? It's interesting.
What is it?
It has the white background and it is sort of white. And I'm pretty sure isn't data from Zero.
Nah, not from I don't know.
We're going to have to need production to
We're
clear that
have
up.
To find out which
we were just so fascinated by whatever that object was that we're questioning everything right now.
We'll find out.
We're questioning just how well Calamity did.
We'll find out. Keep your tweets coming through. All right, here we go. Game 2. Calamity Esports 1-0 up against Astro's Den.
It's so funny. Nothing sounds so much more finite. Whereas 1-0 sounds like Astros could come back from that. But we have seen a little bit of chip damage from Calamity on right-hand side tower. Oh my gosh, we have a big boy in play from Calamity right now. I've never seen that guy. Calamity just said, hey, we're going to play something we've never played all tournament right now. And they have.
And he got hammered.
Yeah, exactly. Calamity, stick to what's been paying off you. And there we see Astro's Fisherman. But unfortunately, Fisherman is taken out pretty much
Fisherman
instantly.
has been great tonight, though.
Astros have found a lot of success. Skeleton Barrel coming through, but pulled to aggro on Barrel. And Skeletons pretty much just got taken out straight away by the Wizard. As the Wizard comes down with Goblin, meeting a log, push back, and Fisherman from Calamity aggro's Goblin out of play. They're going for that right-hand tower again. 27-45 on Calamity's side to 29-19 on Astros. Right now they have a good amount of stacking in their decks, but not sure what they're waiting for. Skeleton Barrel and a Barrel going out as Calamity go for right-hand side.
Both right-hand towers for both teams have taken a fair bit of damage. Not too much in it at this stage, though.
Yeah, no, they're just kind of... It almost feels like they're both keeping an eye on each other, kind of wondering what they're going to play and how they counter it. Because right now...
Almost like they're playing quite reactively.
That's a good point. But that Goblin Barrel's snuck out again. Unfortunately, doesn't do much damage on right-hand side as we move to double elixir. We haven't... You know what? No Baby Dragon. No. That's what it is.
surely someone's got one in their deck. And they'll just bring them in clutch and it'll be all over.
And it looks like Mega Knight pushing through with Inferno. Actually, Calamity have a good amount of cards on table right now from both sides. Skeleton Barrel managing to make it to left-hand tower. 30 seconds left, so I do believe we are quickly moving towards a sudden death playoff, as Astros have a lot of success with cards staying alive on table, making their way through, but Dark Goblin has managed to keep them at bay. Skeleton Barrel coming across on. Yeah, that's very much playing into your reactive play, as you said.
Yeah, just kind of seeing what the other team is doing instead of kind of taking that proactive approach and having a
Just
plan and absolutely going for it. You're right. So we have gone into sudden death.
And we see Fisherman pulling a curve. Well, they're all just, there it is, it's all concentrated on that right-hand side right now. Another Mega Knight coming through, but Fisherman on left-hand side from Astros. Inferno Dragon doing great work to suppress.
Yeah, that right-hand tower of Calamity Esports is definitely getting down.
It is all about the right side right now. I think that's what Calamity wants, and they are pushing everything towards it.
It's still looking pretty even for both right-hand towers now, though.
Yeah, 11:37 on Astro's side with 12:19 on Calamity's. As we see Ryder making its way up with a barrel. Going to pop those goblins, but I think they'll be taken out very quickly. What? There it is.
Wow.
What I was
Another win for Calamity Esports.
We could be heading towards,
a surprising grand final.
As you can see, folks, we are both quite shocked by this almost upset from Calamity, winning the first 2 games of the grand final. Just making such great plays, and really just watching what their opponents are doing and ensuring they're keeping the pressure on that whole time.
Well, let's hope that, oh man.
We are just in,
I know,
we are in awe, in fact, we are in awe.
Let's hope that Astros Den can come back and win Game 3, but before we check that out, let's check out another tweet. Watching the Summer Clash Cup and just realised I took this photo a few days ago in the Rose Gardens. Anyways, a new S21 FE camera would take this photo to another level. For a second there, I thought that the picture they were submitting was their picture of bread.
I was going to say, I was like, that could be a rewana or ciabatta or
sourdough, maybe?
Yeah, but then we were like, oh, it's the flour. The flour is
the flour. Another fantastic tweet.
I have to say, it still Blazes my favourite. You can't go past the pools down in Blimmin Rotorua.
Yeah,
so,
pretty good. You still can get your tweets into us. Do that before the end of the broadcast, and you can score yourself a brand new phone. All right, what do Astros have to do to try and make a comeback? Because this is it. This is match point. It could be all over.
Yes.
Calamity Esports could be walking away with the Samsung Summer Clash Cup crown. But let's see if Astros Den can claw it back.
Oh, what I've been, what you made me think of the last time we were speaking of these 2 titans of this tournament almost, is, while this is esports, and I know there's certain ways that people look at esports, again, it has sports in its name because sports is a game played on the day.
Exactly.
And right now, Calamity are playing a very strong game, and they are at 2-0 in the grand final. They only need 3 to walk away with the win.
Are they comfortable?
I think they feel confident based off these few plays we've already seen in this match. They've played some great cards, arrows. They're basically chipping away, and they're making sure nothing really reaches their towers. They are getting ready to counteract. And I think they have probably gotten their cards ready in a way that they're ready to counteract and get damage to tower in time. We've got Inferno Lava Hound combo coming up right-hand side to meet Goblin. Inferno will make short work of it, but we do see Balloon coming left-hand side. I don't think that tower will do enough damage in time to get rid of the balloon, and that balloon can do a massive amount of damage.
Oh, but Dragon's in there doing a whole... Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Wow.
They utilized that situation. Astros pushed left pretty hard, and it opened up right. And Calamity utilised it.
And that was the quickest tower that I think we've probably had
this evening, yes.
tonight.
Wow.
40 seconds.
Yeah, and it was just a really great play by Calamity. At mid, they actually pulled the balloon away because the balloon was getting ready to do a good amount of damage on the left-hand side tower.
There is still 60 seconds left. Can Astro's Den claw
There it is. That's
back?
that combo again. Inferno and Lava Hound. That's how they got that damage. Because Lava Hound has that second phase attack. Once Lava Hound gets is taken out, it will explode and actually explode these flaming balls all over the place that do damage also. And they've sent in Electro Dragon and Baby Dragon support. Astros are going for the left-hand side tower. They want it. They've sent in Flying Machine now. Arrows had to come down from Astros. And it's that full Dragon combo that Calamity are concentrating on.
I just don't think there's enough time. We do have 15 seconds left in
Great work
this
from
game.
Astros to aggro all of that Dragon damage away. But that extra amount of aggression from Calamity right there has secured them the Samsung Summer Clash Cup 2v2.
Wow. I know that was something that you were hoping for, but I really thought that it was going to go to game 5. Yeah. And you got to feel for Astro's Den as well after sitting at the top of the table and having such phenomenal matches last week. And then even phenomenal matches in their semi-final to make it all the way to the final and then not even get a win.
You know what? This kind of makes me wonder, were Calamity holding back in previous weeks?
Maybe a little bit. Maybe they were just literally holding their cards close to their chest to try and lull someone into a false sense of security about it all. So there we go. The final, the grand final of the Samsung Summer Clash Cup. Calamity Esports walking away. 3-0.
3-0. Congratulations to CLM Flawless and CLM Jackson 1316. You could see 3-0 against Team Pack.
Yeah.
3-0 against Astros Den. $2,000 cash.
And a brand new Samsung phone as well.
Phone. Incredible. But of course, Astros aren't missing out, folks. Astros walk away with $1,400 and their own Samsung phones.
Yeah, and a massive shout out to Team Pack and Lads on Tour for those epic games in the semi-finals and all of the other teams that played over the last 3 weeks to get us to tonight, to get us to the grand final. How good. All right, we have got time for one last tweet. Oh no, this is going to be the winner.
It's going to be the winner?
All right, okay, let's see who has taken it away.
That is
Racing
awesome.
down the slopes to support Astro's Den. Comeback season is on. That doesn't even look like a real person.
That is, we have to believe it. But then again, we didn't believe the possibly fake dog. So that might not be a person, but that is an amazing shot.
You know what?
Yeah.
It is amazing. Cameron, congratulations. You have won that brand new Samsung Galaxy S21 FE 5G phone. Send us a DM so that we can get it to you safely. Now, before we go for the evening, final thoughts on tonight's games and the tournament as a whole.
Just what a great tournament. Thank you to every person who competed during this tournament. You guys made it so much fun and gave us so much great stories to follow along the way with that surprising upset from Calamity, of course. So a big shout out to all the teams who competed, and thank you to you at home who also tuned in and watched us.
And you know what? A massive thank you to Samsung for supporting the Samsung Summer Clash Cup. Without you guys, we wouldn't have been able to do this. So let's hope we can come back next year for the Samsung. Maybe we could do a Samsung Winter Clash Cup. You know what? It would be amazing to have you back for that. So from myself and Xenoj and everybody here at Let's Play Live and Samsung, thank you so much for joining us. And hopefully we'll see you again soon. Congratulations to all of the people. Obviously, everybody that played takes away money. So no one is walking away without an incredible
prize.
Yeah, an incredible prize. So thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Go keep there.